Well, hello and good morning. Welcome to your first virtual morning meeting. This is Mr. Brash coming to you live all the way from my home office here. And I hope that your first week of virtual learning was amazing. I wanted to bring you, and I'm going to bring you each week, some musings about what I've been thinking about and kind of keeping up with these segments. And in a moment of sincerity, I will tell you all that we all of us staff miss you very much, and really wish we could be at school with you right now. And I'm also very proud of all the hard work you guys have been doing online, so keep it up. But today is not about applauding you. In fact, it's just the opposite, because as you guys know, there's a lot of things that I don't understand about this generation. And today, I'm going to bring you part two in a segment I started before all of this unpleasantness began. If you were there for it, right on for part one. If you were not, I know who you are. This is a series on YouTube, and this is actually part two of that series. Last time I talked to you guys just a bit about sort of the origins of YouTube and how this all started, and specifically what is modern YouTube looking like. And I'll recap that briefly. So as I mentioned before, in 2006, three men who look as pasty and white as I do now, having not been outside nearly as much as I would have liked, started a company called Google. You may have heard of it. And over the next sort of decade, Google kind of became this Pac-Man of sorts. And they started to sort of eat up other companies and buy them up, including YouTube, and Google actually owns YouTube, as we talked about. They also own things like Androids and things like Google Ads, which is the way that so much stuff gets marketed to all of us that we might not know how anyone would know that we were interested in something like that, but Google knows. Believe me, Google knows. I also talked about a famous YouTuber, the most famous YouTuber, or at least the highest grossing YouTuber in 2019, which is a YouTube channel called Ryan's World. And specifically, I talked about a video called Ryan and Pokemon Pikachu Pretend Play Find Daddy, which I thought was terrifying and a little funny, but mostly terrifying. And the video is as terrifying. And that video alone, in the 3 weeks it had been online at that point, had gotten 6 million views. And so last time we talked about, like, this is all very weird. Why is there so much money floating around YouTube? And I talked a lot about how Ryan has things like a toy company, and he's cross-branded with Target, and he makes all sorts of money doing like unboxings and stuff like that. Today, though, we're going to be talking about what kind of YouTube you all are interested in, because I have a feeling that not many people in our student body are the types who watch Ryan and Pokemon Pikachu Pretend Play Find Daddy. That's more of my brand of YouTube. But so I asked you all to send me some YouTube videos. Send me the kind of stuff that you're interested in. And you sent in some YouTube clips, and thank you very much for that. And I have one statement about those YouTube clips, really a statement about all of you, that you're all very weird. And the YouTube clips that were sent in to me were very weird, and I did not like them at all. Really at all. I cannot stress that enough. And I was trying to find a platform maybe to like highlight some of my favorites that you all sent in, but given that like I'm sort of presenting this screen, it doesn't really work very well. But I'm going to give you one, just one, and this was a YouTube clip sent in to me by Ben Eggers called Shrekaphone, and I think this kind of like captures the level of weirdness that you all sent me. So we'll watch a bit of it now, and you'll have to hear it through my computer speakers. So I'm sorry about that. This is it, y'all. Yeah, okay. Well, that's all I could do. That's all I could handle. I hate that. That haunts me. I dream about that video. Not in a good way. I have nightmares about that video. But frankly, all the videos that you sent in were sort of in that vein of weird, absurdist, kind of cringy things. And I just had a feeling that that wasn't necessarily what you were all watching on a daily basis. So I did a little Googling myself. And I did this Google search, YouTube channels the teens like. And it was illuminating to see, like, what YouTube channels have the biggest sort of teen followings. And I'm going to highlight 3 of them here, and I think they demonstrate how little I understand about this generation, because it's buck wild to me that all these people are famous on YouTube. The first one I'll highlight is someone I know at least a few of you watch, a guy named PewDiePie. I think it's PewDiePie. I mean, it's spelled like this, but I think it's PewDiePie. PewDiePie is a gamer, first and foremost, so far as I can tell, who does a lot of like live streaming of stuff and live reacting to stuff. But he's sort of morphed into kind of this lifestyle brand. His most famous, most watched YouTube video is actually just called A Funny Montage. But he does things like a video called Flappy Bird, Don't Play This Game, and a very recent video, oddly, called The Harlem Shake Fail. So he's a kind of like a guy who sort of expanded his repertoire of YouTube videos. And he's wildly popular. He's the most popular YouTuber for United States teenagers, I believe. The second one I'll highlight is a woman named Yuya, and I don't actually know how many people in our student body watch this YouTuber Yuya, but she's like a beauty specialist. So she tries on makeups, etc., etc. She's got videos like Adios a las espinas, and I should say she's from Mexico City. Conoce mi voz real, Pinante rapidismo y fácil. I'm sorry too, I wanted to add accents, but it wouldn't let me. And so she does all these things of test trying combs and makeup and all that sort of stuff. She also, as a result of her YouTube channel, started writing books, and she's written 2 books that have been wildly successful and popular. And so sort of in those 2 main veins, you capture a lot of teenage subscribers, those veins of video games or like beauty/makeup. And then there's this kind of like third realm that I'm going to talk about through talking about a person named Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast is an American guy, young, I believe, 21 or 22, who does like challenges, mostly, so far as I can tell. It's not really clear like what he does or what he might be good at. Maybe he's rich. Seems like he's rich. But he had like his most recent video is called I Ran a Marathon in the World's Largest Shoes. And that's effectively what the video is. He and his friends walk a marathon in big shoes. I tried to watch it. I don't actually know if they finished the marathon. But he also does a lot of things like I give my credit card to random people, or like I gave my cousin $100,000 to see if he could spend it in a day. All these weird like money-based things. And a wonderful video called Can 50,000 Magnets Catch a Cannonball, which is a great question, and I highly encourage you all watch that. All of this is to say is like, I thought in looking at what teenagers were interested in, it was going to be a big sort of departure from the world of Ryan's World and all those weird child YouTubers. But in fact, it wasn't. This is a weird amalgamation of people who it looks like they have some sort of basic skills or basic income or natural beauty or something, but on top of that, they've gained this like weird cult following where they build these huge subscriber lists and they get ad revenue from crazy places. And I'll give you an example of what I mean. PewDiePie, as of right now, as of today, April 10th, 2020, has 104 million subscribers. And he's pulled net gross, and this is an estimate, but around $21 million. Yuya, 24.3 million subscribers, and has pulled a total of $4.3 million or around there. Mr. Beast, 3.37 million subscribers, and has pulled as a result $22 million. This is me taking a few of the top 10 YouTubers in the country among teenagers who themselves have pulled over around $50 million from YouTube ad deals, from endorsements, from people just straight up donating money to them, which is all really, really weird, y'all. Y'all are really, really weird. But it got me thinking a little bit, okay? These people are pretty normal people, maybe with a few set of talents and a huge sort of media presence and cult following, right? So if marginal talent plus cult following can equal $20 million a year, then I got into the wrong profession, which is why today I'm launching something that I'm very excited for you all. I want to let you know that I, Mr. Brash, and I'm typing this live, am going to become YouTube famous. This is my goal. I'm going to become a YouTube star, right? And I'm going to make millions of dollars through ad endorsements and cross-promotional campaigns and Twitch live streams and all sorts of this stuff. But I'm going to need your help, which is why I've created this YouTube channel. It's called at Mr. Brasher Dean. I think it's but it's just called Mr. Brasher Dean. And throughout the next 6 weeks as we're on virtual school, I'm going to be posting videos frequently to this channel, sort of documenting my lifestyle in an attempt to kind of build that sort of media cult following that I just know is going to get me to that $20 million range that I need. You'll notice, for instance, that this link that I sent you all to this video is the first video posted on Mr. Brasher Dean. So in watching this video, you're starting to sort of chug-a-lug me onto that level of fame that I, so rightly deserve. So here's what I need from you all. As I post these videos, watch them, subscribe to my channel, click all my links, click my follow-throughs, and let's get these things going viral. Okay, maybe that's not a good word in the current climate. Let's get these things going internet popular, if you will. And let's make Mr. Brash Your Dean the most popular YouTube channel among teenagers today. And that's what I don't understand about this generation is, as much as this seems like a joke, there's a part in the back of my head that's like, well, maybe. Thank you all for tuning in. This is April 10th, 2020. This is your first online morning meeting. If you have something you want me to produce for Mr. Brasher Dean for one of these online morning meetings, just shoot me an email. It's just ben@thecubedenver.org. I'd be happy to sort of talk about all sorts of stuff, anything quarantine related, anything virtual school related. I'm your guy. I generate content and I make it famous. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a great weekend. And look out, because on Monday morning, I'm going to be posting another video to Mr. Brasher Dean about Mr. Hofschild and I making some breakfast here in our lovely home. Have a great weekend, y'all. Bye.